Hello, now we will see how to insert the data into the tables in Oracle Application Framework. Right click on the project, open the JDeveloper, right click on the project, click new, click on business tab, click on ADF business components, click on entity object, click OK, click next, click OK. In the database, at the database select AK, database schema, select AK schema, scroll down, select ak.fwk tbx suppliers, suppliers entity object, third party identifier Oracle apps PO India dot server. For entity object we have to use schema dot server. Click next, click next, click next. Select the methods whatever you required. I am selecting all. Here you can generate the view object directly, that is EO based view. We will call it as EO based view, entity object based view object. Give the path Oracle applications PO India dot server and give the Vivo name. This is the Vivo. This will generate automatically. Click finish. Here you see it is generated automatically. This Vivo is generated automatically. And create the another entity object. Right click, new entity object. Next, here we have to give the sites entity object. It should be in schema.server. Select the database schema and select the table FWK TBX supplier sites. Select next, select next, next. Select all methods, select next, click generate default view object. View object should be in server, it should not be in schema.server. This Vivo is called entity based view object, EO based Vivo. Click next, click finish. Vivos are generated automatically. Right click, application module. We have to generate application module. Right click, new application module. Click next. Yeah, this path is correct right now. XX insert demo AM. Otherwise you can call XX supplier, use insert demo AM only. Click next. Here attach Vivos to AM. Click next, click next, click next, finish. And right click on the server or right click, new, web tier, OA component, page. Click OK. Give the page name XX insert demo page PG. Page should be in WebUI folder. It should be in WebUI folder. Click OK. Right click on the main region and set the properties. Give the AM definition, AM name. Give the window title. Insert demo page. Right click on the main region, create new region after default double column. Supplier details. Right click new item. Right click new item. Right click new item. Right click new item. Here supplier ID. Supplier ID. Give the prompt supplier ID, and we have to give view instance and view attribute. Select the viewer and select the view attribute supplier ID. Then second item, supplier name. Select the view instance suppliers. Select the view attribute supplier name. Give the prompt supplier name. This is item 3. Start date. This is date type. Select the view instance supplier EVO Vivo1. Select the view attribute start date. Give the prompt supplier start date. Select item number 4. End date. This is of type date. Prompt supplier end date. Give the view instance. Select suppliers EVO Vivo1. Give the view attribute. Select end date and right click new item. On hold flag. This is flag na. It is checkbox. Message checkbox. Give the view instance supplier EVO Vivo1. Give the view attribute on hold flag and give the prompt. That's it. Right click new region. Right click new region. Site details. This is advanced table region. Here we have to give view instance. Sites na select site EVO Vivo1 and right click new column. Right click on the column 1, new item. Give the serial number. We'll think about serial number later. First give supplier number or supplier ID. Supplier ID. It is already used, so we should use some other small d. Okay. Give the view instance and view attribute. This is the view attribute. This supplier ID. We have given the view instance to the region itself, so we not to give view instance every time. We require to give view attribute only. Right click on the column header, new sortable header. Here at the prompt, give the prompt supplier ID. change the column name, supplier ID. Right click on the site details, new column. Right click on the column 1, new item, supplier site ID. Give the view attribute, supplier site ID. Give the prompt, supplier site ID. Right click on the column header, new sortable header, prompt, supplier site ID. Supplier site ID. Right click on the site details, nothing but advanced table region, column. Right click on the column 1, new item, then supplier site name, supplier site name, then click on the column header, new sortable header, supplier site name. Change the column 1 name, site name. Right click on the advanced table region, new column. Right click on the column 1, new item. Give the view attribute, payment terms code. Right click on the column 1 header, sortable header, payment terms code. Right click on the site details, new column, carrier code. Next item is carrier code. Right click on the column 1, new item, view attribute, select carrier code. For this carrier code, I would like to change it to message LOV in input. I want to use LOV, list of value input here. Whenever I change the item style to message LOV input, nothing but list of value, by default it will generate one region with LOV mappings. We will think about this later. We will see about LOV later, and we will give the property after some time, after defining all the attributes or column sets at details level. Change the column, carrier code, it is already used, so carrier code. Right click on the column header, new sortable header, right click on the site details, new column. Right click on the column 1, new item, then purchasing site flag. Select the attribute purchasing site flag. Purchasing site flag. Right click on the column header, new sortable header. Give the prompt, purchasing site flag. Right click on the column 1, change the ID column 1, purchasing site flag. Right click on the column, right click on the advanced table region, new column. This is address. Right click on the address, new item, set the attribute address or address id. Address id. Right click on the column header and use sortable header. Address id 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Let's see what are the columns left over. Supplier id we have given, supplier site id we have, supplier site name used, payment terms code used, purchasing site flag used, carrier code, everything we have used. Yeah, this is it. And right click on the site details region, new footer. Once again, right click on the site details user, site details region, new footer. Click that one. It will generate one footer. Right click, new, add table row. Click that one and give the prompt. Add rows. Number of rows to add 1. Make it true right now. At this stage make it true, otherwise you can make it false also, not a problem. Programmatically we will handle the event. It will generate the event and it will raise the event. We need not to handle this event. It will handle automatically. We will use this later. We will think about this later. Yeah, come to this carrier code is there now. It is LOV. For this LOV we have to use one external region. For that we need to have a Vivo. Right click on the server, click new view object, click next. This is should not be in schema.server, it should be in server folder. View object XX carrier code view object. Click next, click next, click next, click next. Here we have to give the SQL statement. Next, 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 finish. This Vivo we will use carrier code Vivo. There. Assign to Vivo to AM. Shuttle the region. Shuttle that Vivo to AM. It will generate view instance. Click on Web UI. Right click, new, OA components region, XX carrier code region. We are using external region for that, and region style should be list of values. Click next. One region is generated. Right click on the region, new, table using wizard. Click next. Select the Vivo. Select the AM. After that select the Vivo. Carrier code Vivo. I have selected carrier code Vivo 1. That is view instance. Click next. Select the columns you want to use. Click next. Click next. Click next. Finish. That's it. And set one of the columns search allowed true. True. I am here selecting both the columns. Search allowed to true. And you should not forget that region property is there now. That should be scope should be public, and we have to give this AM definition in which AM it is attached. Click OK. Give the AM definition. Click OK. After that, go to the main region or go to the region which is go to that LOV and show the external region where it is. Like this we have to India, Oracle, Apps, Vivo, India, Web UI. It is there in Web UI. Click OK. Click search. It will find out the list of regions that are available in that. Select our carrier code region. Select OK. it will say yes. Do you wish to override? I say like that, say it will say yes. Now we have to give LO mappings. Right click, sorry, LO mappings, select LO item, lookup code. You see, it should be lookup code only. Yeah, this is lookup code only. And return item also carrier code. Criteria item is carrier code. That's it. LO is ready with external region. And you may get one error, runtime error you may get, and supplier name is width should be maximum length, it should be 80. It is defined in the database like that only. Let's go and see. Supplier name is 80 bytes varchar 2 of. Site name also give site name, make it 80, otherwise it may return some runtime error. Okay, after that page is ready. Let's see if we get any errors. Let's run the page once. Keep it in mind that we didn't create any buttons so far. We will create once we see the output of that page. Yeah, this is the output. We need to make it to full length of the page, and we need to create 2 buttons at page level by using page button bar regions. Yeah, that's it. Page is almost ready. Right click on the site details region, and width should be 100%. And right click on the main region, new region. Region style should be page button bar. And right click on the new region, change the property, not a problem. Page button bar region RN. Right click on the page button bar region, new item. This item is apply button or save button, nothing. Apply. And item style should be submit button. And item 2, change the properties of item 2. It is cancel button. And item type is submit button. And prompt is cancel. Let's see the output once again. Yeah, this is the desired output, and our requirement is that we have to use one serial number column here to show that how many supplier sites are there. We have it be like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 like that. And ID should be generated automatically based on this. Whenever the user clicks address button and the supplier ID is there now, it should be copied to here. This is the requirement. And here carrier code is the LOV. Right now if we click this address button, it will show some error. What is the error? Stale data error, because row is not initialized, row is not initiated. We have to initiate the row, nothing but we have to allocate the memory location for this row. Then only we will do this by using programmatically. We will do this. We will handle this kind of exception programmatically. Okay. Now we have to, at site level, we have to create one serial number. It is site level only. So for that we have to edit this Vivo. We need to create one transcend attribute. Double click that site's Vivo, that is entity based Vivo. Select attribute, click new button, give the attribute serial number, and select always. OK, this is transcend attribute. Apply, say OK. That's it. And click on insert demo page. Right click on the supply details region. Select column. This is serial number. Serial number. Right click, new item. This is serial number. Give the view attribute serial number. We have to use this transcend attribute that is not going to store in the database. Select this. Right click on the column header, new sortable header. Give the prompt serial number, and it should be in the top place, first place of the supplier side details. Yeah, this is it. Now run the page, we will see how it look like. Now we can say that design part is almost ready, and we have to handle the events, run the control the programmatically. But yeah, this is it. Serial number, supplier ID, supplier site name, payment terms code, carrier code, purchasing site flag, and address ID. Now we have to handle it programmatically. Here serial number should be non-editable, so message style text, and these ID columns are there na, supplier ID. This is also non-editable because that is already generated value, sequence value. Supplier site ID also, this is sequence value and should not be editable. This is it. Let's run the page once, then I will explain what it is happening. That sequence number, it is automatically generated value. Yeah, like this 465 it should automatically generate, and it should populate to here, and serial number also it should generate 1 2 3 4 5 6 like this, 1 2 4 5 like this. Supplier should be constant, and supply side it should generate. Oh, here it is populating supplier ID itself. Here we are doing something wrong. Okay, at address ID, change it to address. This is address ID. That is the error. And let's go to the code. Right click on the main region, right click on the main region, set new controller. Like this, I have created one controller name is this one, XX insert demo controller, and it is in this path, Oracle apps, or India Oracle apps PO India, and then WebUI. It should be in WebUI folder, or it should be in WebUI package. It should be otherwise it should be in WebUI. Otherwise it should be in WebUI path. Let's click that. Yeah. Here I wrote in the process request method of the controller, I have initiated, or I have created an instance for the AAM. OAF application module AAM equal to page context dot get application module of WebBean, and I wrote a method called create supplier row, and I am invoking that method here at invoke method. Why I am invoking this method? Because we need to instantiate, or we need to create the row for the page what we are using. For that, at supplier level we are using one VIVO. For that VIVO we need to supplier data will be stored into FWS TPX supplier table, and supplier sites data will be stored into FWS TPX supplier sites table. So for that we need to insert one row in the table. For that we are using create supplier row method of AAM. Let's go to create supplier method of AAM. Click the AAM IMPL. Go to AAM IMPL. Here I wrote create supplier method. This is the method. In this method I have created an instance of VIVO. I have created the instance of the VIVO, and created a row. I have created one row equal to VIVO dot create. By this method I have created. I am using whether it is prepared for execution or not. I am inserting the one row. Like this we have to, and we have to create the instance for that. And here we are generating the sequence value. Let's run the page. I will explain properly with the page. Without page I cannot. Page is loading. Meanwhile I will tell you number sequence equal to OADB get OADB transaction dot get sequence value of. This is the sequence that is already there in the database we have created, or Oracle has created. This is a predefined sequence. We are using this sequence. Why we are using this sequence? We are using this sequence to populate the value to supplier ID field here like this. 466 is populated from this FWK TBX supplier S synonym. It is sequence. From this sequence it is data is populated. Number sequence equal to get OADB transaction dot get the sequence value from this, and we are getting the value to sequence variable. row dot set attribute of supplier ID equal to sequence. We are putting that setting the supplier ID value, sequence value, to supplier ID field. Supplier ID field, where it is supplier ID, it is there. To this field, to this attribute field, it is we are populating supplier ID field. That's it. And we are initializing the row dot set new row state initialized, row dot initialized. Like this we are creating the row at in the FWK TBX suppliers table. And when it is happening at the time of creation of the at the time of loading of the page. And this is here for these rows we are initiating the row, nothing but we are allocating some memory for those rows. We are allocating. After that, user will click this add rows button. Then whenever the user clicks this add rows button, some event is raised. What is that event? That event should be handled. That event name is add rows event. With this event handler we are using OAF string event equal to page context dot get parameter of OAF bin constant dot event parameter. With this statement we will get that event. If the event is equal to add rows event, then we are creating the supplier sites row. Like that we have created a supplier site row now. Like that only we are creating supplier site row. And that is method is available in AM. We are calling this method whenever the user clicks that add rows button at site level. Yeah, what the method contains. Yeah, this method contains user. We are creating the instance of supplier sites Vivo, and we are creating the instance of suppliers Vivo. And same as usual, same statement only. Row dot we are creating one row, checking whether it is prepared for execution or not, counting the number of rows. Why we are need to count the rows? Because for the serial number only we are counting the rows, and we need to generate the sequence value too. Counting the rows. Number sequence equal to OHDB transaction dot get sequence value of FWK TBX supplier sites S. This is the sequence. This is the sequence that is already there in the database. We are using the sequence value. We are storing the sequence value in sequence number sequence variable, and we are setting the sequence value here. Like this we are setting the sequence value. And string mSupply equal to vivo dot get current row of get attribute of supplier ID to string. It is nothing but we are fetching the value. Whatever the value that is generated na, this value 460 supplier ID 466 is there na, that is generated na, that's value we are fetching to mSupplier ID. mSupplier ID vivo dot get vivo1 is nothing but suppliers vivo1 dot get current row of get attribute of supplier ID. Which attribute? Supplier ID attribute. What the field contains, that value should be populated to or nothing but copied to store into mSup ID variable. And we are putting that value here at site level in supplier ID field. Here site row equal to set attribute supplier ID of mSupply ID. This is putting the value, nothing but setting the value in that field. And we are counting the row. Serial number starts with 0. Serial number count 1. We are increasing the count. That is it. We are initiating the site row by using the statement at the end of statement. After that, user will click the data and enters the data. Everything will be there. After that, he will click this apply button. It has to store the data. For that, we need to handle it in the controller. Apply button. Whenever the user clicks that apply button, data has to be stored. Go to the controller once again. Clicks. You see, if page context get parameter apply button is not equal to null. When it will become not equal to null? Whenever the user clicks that apply button, that time only it will become not equal to null. And we are invoking one method of the AM. Which method? Save data method we are invoking. What the save data method contain? Let's go to AM once again. AMAMPL once again. Public void save data. This is the method. This is nothing but storing the value. This dot get transaction dot commit. We are committing the data whatever the user has entered. That data we are committing into database. We are storing it into database. We are storing the values into the database. After that, we need to display some message. You use supplier so and so has been created or so and so is created. Like that we need to display some message. What that message? Here you see we are getting the value string supplier id equal to pay context dot get parameter of supplier id. What is there in this field? That's that field supplier id field is enough. That is field that will be populated to copied to supplier id. Like that only supplier name will be copied to supplier name field. Here we are using message tokens, token equal to new message token supplier id comma supplier id new message token. This we are using the tokens, nothing but we are forwarding this we are storing the values in the tokens, and this message will be displayed from the database. In AOL we need to create one message. What that message? XX insert data. We need to create this message in AOL. Let's see. This is the message name and language is US. Image application, we are using purchasing application. XX supplier. What is that ID we are using to transfer? This is the supplier ID. This we are using. What is the supplier name? This is S name. Is created. This message we are using. We need to create one message in the AOL. We have created one message in the AOL. With the exception, we are throwing one exception. What that exception says? Supplier has been created. What that supplier? This is the message. Let's copy the message name once again. XX insert supplier data. It will say that supplier ID so and so with the name is created. Like that some message will be displayed after the saving the data in the database. This is it. Let's run the page once. This is the page. Supplier is Intel Corporation. Intel Corporation. Supplier start date is considered today itself. Don't give any end date. Select on hold flag. Add rows. Click add rows button. Supplier site name Chennai. Payment term. Sometimes we need to. Those are pretty different terms are there. Let's give some. This is LOV now. Check that LOV. Use FedEx. And purchasing site flag. It is flag value. Actually we have to use checkbox, but I have used this one. Let it be. Address. Some address. Apply button. Yeah. Supplier 467 Inter Corporation is created. Further to display this confirmation message, we have used these message tokens. We have used these 4 lines. This is it. Let's see in the database backend. Yeah, it is created. Just now only it is created. You see, Chennai, it is created. Thank you.